and Steph Curry have a VIP crossover episode, and you would get our experience. He rules the world on our Sunday basketballs, and he is ready to set this stage on fire. Calling upon our one-man highlight reel, Toastmaster Ramkiran. Toastmaster Ramkiran. Inconsistency. Inconsistency. Toastmaster Ramkiran.
When I was a kid, I saw life like a Lego set. Once you build something, you're supposed to leave it that way. I'm sure everyone in the audience would have tried to make a tower using blocks, only for it to completely fall apart because of an external force. Have you?
Yes.
That's exactly how my life was. My life didn't come with an instructions manual or a display shelf. It came with someone constantly rocking the pieces apart over and over again. Just when I felt like things started to fit, just when I felt like two things clicked, there was someone who would take it and smack it across the room, shattering it into pieces all across the floor, over and over again. Change. It has been the most consistent part of my life. I moved across 6 to 7 cities. Bangalore, Mangalore, Chennai, Coimbatore, Vizag and Belgaum. Each move was a reset I didn't ask for. New faces, new schools and new systems I had to adjust to. New hallways I didn't want to explore. But finally, when I felt like I figured out the layout, I found people I clicked with, it would all be gone again. Vanished in thin air, just like that. But on the outside, I wore my confidence like an armor. I was social, outgoing, and always involved. I was also the deputy head boy in a school where I was barely done unpacking. But people saw a guy and they thought I had it all figured out. But in reality, little did they know the way I was feeling on the inside. I always felt like I was crashing someone else's party. I was smiling and mingling. And when no one noticed, I'd quietly leave. Eventually, I just stopped saying goodbye. I just left unnoticed. I left without giving people closure. I just left. On the inside, it made me feel like I was mysterious. I was cool. But in reality, I didn't know how to say goodbye without feeling like I was leaving a piece of myself behind. So I stopped working on friendships, strengthening it, and anchoring it deep enough to avoid the pain. But change doesn't wait for you to settle down. It grabs you and drags you along wherever it goes. The first time this really hit me was in Coimbatore. I was a new kid again. I barely made friends, and people still referred to me as the new guy in school. But I played cricket well, and my PE trainer noticed. He assigned me to be the captain of the greenhouse. Greenhouse was like that one team which had never won a single tournament regardless. But I ignored these facts. I focused more on working on my team. I rallied them, I pushed them, and I perfected each and every minute detail until the team was perfect. And in the end, Greenhouse won. We actually won! I couldn't believe it myself. But this wasn't just about the win. It was neither about the trophy. Strangers knew my name, and my teammates became really good friends of mine. I stopped getting afraid of saying goodbye. I realized that you don't need to stay in a single place for a lot of years to matter. You just have to settle in completely. Goodbye started hurting less. It felt not like a discontinuation, but a new chapter and not a blank page. Eventually, I realized I just had to settle in and focus. I didn't have to worry about moving so many places. I just had to carry home within myself, and everywhere I go, just leave a piece of it behind. I realized later on that all the places I've been to have a special place in my heart. I've also carried the pieces of those along with me. In the end, it made me realize that life is not a big building. It's just a set of unlimited pieces. You build knowing that you have to rebuild again. Instead of worrying about keeping the same structure intact, just learn how to hold the pieces and go and follow your path and build again and again and again. And don't lose yourself in that process, because that's something no one can ever knock down. Thank you.